Thank you so much for coming out tonight, everybody. Welcome to burlesque. Yeah, let's give it up. Oh, man, Lansing's flamingest bar is getting even flamier tonight. Is flamier a word? You be the judge. Okay, it's so nice to be here. I'm your host, I'm your MC. I am your top banana. That's a real term. Christopher Steele, so lovely to meet you. You know, I've never been a top banana before. I've always been more comfortable being a power bottom banana. Is that pandering? Yes. Yes, it absolutely is. Tonight, wow. But you know what? Change it up. Variety's the spice of life, and we have variety for you tonight. We have everything. We have hula hoops. We got acro yoga. Oh yeah. We got fire. Oh my God. And we got burlesque. It's gonna be great. Yes, yeah. Yeah, the first part of that pun, burn, fire. That's one of our main themes tonight. I am so mesmerized. I've been watching these people backstage, seeing what they do. Wow. And I never touch this stuff personally. I am more likely to ward off predators with fire than I am to actually spin it around my body. And I ride the bus in Lansing, so I'm likely to. Don't make me flick my bick. Get out of here. Wow. So good to be here. We have a lot of variety of fire as well. We've got fire poi. You saw the guy over here, fire spitting. We've got fire dancing. We've got fire hopscotch, fire dodgeball. Actually, somebody is going to be able to teach you to do your taxes while you are on fire. It's going to be great tonight. Now, when I think of fire dancing, I think, where did this begin? What were the origins of such an extreme art? My goodness. And I did some research. I figured it out. So it started out a long time ago, almost before pre-recorded history, almost all the way back there in the beginning. Now, see, there was a village, right? And they all used fire for practical purposes. But then one day, a certain somebody came up and he dipped a rope in the fire and he started swinging it around his head. And everybody thought he was attacking the village, so they killed him. It just happens. But some were memorized. Some were mesmerized so much that they went back home. They did it in the privacy of their own homes. And then those homes burned down and they died. Okay? But they sifted through the ashes, right? They sifted through and they knew what they were doing, so more people were mesmerized. And they went home and they did it. And a whole village burned to death. Okay? But they kept on going on. And some people actually mastered enough to where they didn't die. And they taught it to some pupils. And about 10% of those pupils survived. And then they moved on and so forth. And eventually we got positive numbers. And here we have it today. People got really smart. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful night for this. You're going to see some extreme performances. And the other half of the pun tonight, burlesque. Now, I hadn't really known much about burlesque before I got here. It turns out that burlesque is actually comedy. It's actually, it's very sassy most of the time. It's also an artistic expression, usually of femininity, but we have boylesque tonight too, just heteronormative stuff out the window. And one thing I saw about burlesque that sort of ties every burlesque show together that I've seen so far are the nipple tassels. Now, yes, this mesmerized me. It actually started to make me hate nipples more than I hated nipple tassels. I actually started to see these things as like just little flesh knots that secreted baby food. And baby food is gross. You ever had it? You ever been poor enough? You live in Lansing, you've probably been poor enough to eat baby food. All right? So now I kind of like the sparkly things a little more, and that sort of got me imagining what my life would be later on down the road if nipple tassels and were the norm, like they should be. Like, all right, for instance, me with my spouse later on down the road. Honey, you wearing those to work tonight? Are you actually wearing those to work? Because they're a little pink around the edges, and somebody might mistake those for nipples, and you don't want any undue attention. Where you want? All right, yeah, I know, your nipples are actually brown. I know that. I've seen them, they're disgusting. They look like melted milk duds on a dashboard. Yeah, Yeah, I know. This is the future. Don't worry. Like, this is all normal later on. That's the whole point. Don't worry about that. Your nipples, they can be fine. They're nobody's. All right, nobody insult this woman's nipples tonight. Nobody. Okay? And so, I'm still talking to her. Hey, yeah, you know what? Why don't you wear your American flag ones tonight to work? It is an election year after all, Congresswoman. And I'd like that so much to be the future. That actually, you know what Gandhi said? What did he say? Be the change that you want to see in the world tonight. So I took it a little bit further. I did. Here, let me show you what I got for you tonight. Everybody. Hey, I forgot to pull out the audio. Sorry, Cam. This was supposed to clip to the audio plug, get my voice. Yeah, proud to be an American. Rule by plutocracy. And I won't forget the people who died because of bankruptcy. And I'll probably stand up next to you and thank her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless unless you're gay. I made this with duct tape and underwear. It's so good though, like look at it's nice. It's nice. Who wants to pledge allegiance? No? Anybody here from the Star Spangled Dangle? Alright, I'm gonna put on my pants real fast. And we're gonna get to our first act because you're all tired of seeing my skinny chicken legs. Actually, these are all messed around. So, alright, our first act tonight, it's actually her first time, very first time performing in front of people tonight. It's very important for her. Her name is Honey LaFay from Ann Arbor. Please give it up for Honey LaFay, everybody. Classic burlesque!